So did you match the photography to the poems, or they're both
Yes.
different things? Okay.
That was probably the more difficult part about arranging this book, because I have so many poems, so I can choose. And since they were already written, that wasn't difficult to put together. In originally it had 18, but I put it down to 14 because I felt like though all of those 4 poems had a specific theme, and they could probably be put into another collection down the line, because I have to write some more around that theme. But the photos, I started taking pictures, like really enjoying taking photographs when I lived abroad. When I lived in France, France is a very, very beautiful country. There's a lot of beautiful sceneries, and I had my first digital camera, and I just developed a love of taking pictures. So I've collected photographs through the years, and I kept them because I like photography. Also, I've published a couple of these pictures locally. And so that's something that I want to take seriously too. So I'm trying to, develop, again, focusing on my creative side and trying to develop it some more. But yeah, I picked photographs that I attach to the themes of the poem. I try my best. Art is selective, as you know. What I see, somebody else may not see.
True.
And I also didn't explain why I chose the pictures. I would just want the reader to look and probably come up with their own interpretation, their own conclusion. So yeah, so I picked photos that they were between Jamaica and Canada, though, specifically those 2 countries I chose photos from. So that was probably the more difficult one.
That swan is one of your many pictures too?
That swan, no, that swan is I found that
outside of okay.
Yeah. Okay. But to go back to the swan though, again, I love nature. So and I consider myself to be a swan. It's my spirit animal. So I know that I wanted a swan. I wanted a swan on the cover. A swan had to be on the cover. That's what I was telling myself. And also, how my mind works is that I get ideas, like the poem titles come through for me first before I even write. So I'm always thinking and always say to myself, I always have a vision then, let's say. And the vision was, I need a swan on the cover. And how I tie that to myself is that I read where, I don't remember where I read it, but swans are very elegant creatures, they glide across the water very effortlessly. They're quiet. I would think that they're self-reflective animals, but I read where under the surface of the water, their feet, the way they're gliding so effortlessly across the water, you wouldn't think that they're working so hard below the surface. So that's how I see myself too, as someone that is quiet, reserved, but I work hard too. I'm a very hard worker, but you can't tell because I don't show. I like grace under fire then, or grace under pressure. So that's why I think the swan is my spirit animal.
Okay, well, I'm learning something more about you.
Yeah.